Hello! Welcome to episode 16 of Study Mode. It is, what is it? November 12 at 1:46 p.m. There you go. So you might be wondering where we are, because this doesn't seem like my base. So let me show you around. This is what I call my moss mound. So every time I need moss, I go onto this little hill that I found in the middle of nowhere. This is actually kind of near to the swamp, but this isn't the swamp near my base actually. Since my base is around past this, and it's around there, in that direction, I think. So the moss mound gets really confusing when I go over here. But basically, it's past the mesa. It's on the right side of the mesa. You go in this direction. If you see the mesa over here, you go there. You see a desert temple, a ruined portal, and then you kind of go around a dark oak forest, and then you end up here. I use this because it's a hill, so I have dirt blocks to, eat away with the moss. But, since we're taking a quick break from decorating the campsite for now, I want to make more farms. Farms that will be pretty helpful to making everything that we need to make. And I thought one of them would be a tree farm and a moss farm. So I'm going to try to work on those two today. Let me head back home because it's a pretty far thing away from the campsite, and I'll show you where we're planning to build it. So we're here at the mesa. I actually had to take down a bunch of stained clay over here just so I can even out this area to get it ready for the moss farm. So we have our giant spruce tree farm. See, look, yeah, some leftover terracotta. Giant spruce tree farm. Our AFK Netherwoods farm over here. So, and then when we have this, we have the mob farm over there. So I'm thinking of another fully AFK-able farm, which is going to be a small-ish, I would say small, compared to how big these were, and I had to build two of those. I'm gonna make a relatively small moss farm around here. So I think since it's not that long anyway, I'll go through progress reports. So far, this is what I have. So it's basically just a stone generator, a smooth stone generator, because I don't think moss takes up cobblestone, so it has to be smooth stone. If you flick this lever, this block goes up, turns on the timer, and for example, if you're just mining and you go like that, there you go, it refills itself. So it should be perfect for, there you go, a replenishing moss farm. There you go, let me complete the dropping of the moss, and yeah, I'll be right back when I do that. So this main moss farm is already done. It shouldn't actually take that long, since all you have to do is turn on the moss farm through here. All of that lives. You see the moss go down. It gets swept away, and it grows some more, and it gets swept away. I forgot to cover up this end. There you go. That should prevent everything from spilling out. Let's just toss this somewhere back here. Yeah, through here. Let's just toss some moss blocks and some azaleas. Put this back here. And that should be it for a moss farm. I was thinking of maybe making another one right here, so we can get double the moss, since I have enough to make two, and then just mirroring the design on this side and then building another thing on this side. But from the looks of this and how much it's producing, I don't think we might need that much moss anyway, so I'm actually going to hold off on building the other one, and then we're going to move on to building a, I have actually materials for multiple things. So one that is a plain oak farm, like azalea farm, where it's unlimited oak, and the other one is a giant tree farm, like a fully automatic tree farm. I think I might go for the fully automatic tree farm instead, and I have the materials for that in the shulker boxes over there. So I'm just gonna go, yep, I'm wearing my light trap. I'm gonna go sleep, and then I'll go prep for that machine. Okay, so I was right. The materials are in this. So I already got some bone meal over here. I'm only gonna build one of the automatic tree farms, or like the big automatic tree farm, and then if we have time, if also we have space back here, this is where I'm planning to make the other like infinite azalea oak tree farm. So there you go. So we'll start on this one, and since it's a lot more complicated than the moss farm, that should be in a time lapse. Then you'll figure out if I actually did manage to make the other tree farm. So let's go. The auto tree farm is done. This is what it looks like. I had to modify it a little bit because I think I kind of built parts of it in the wrong direction, but the thing still works, so it's fine. But here's the thing. I need a bunch of bone meal for this, but I didn't build it anywhere near a bone meal farm, or did I? Since you can also repurpose one of these moss farms for a bone meal farm. So I'm actually thinking, if I'm able to pump this into a bunch of composters and pump the stuff from the composters into this, I might have some auto bone meal. The reason why I have a lot of bone meal right now is because of the mob farm over there. So my thing of actually getting a bunch of, or 2 moss farms actually, can be used to make my bone meal for the tree farm. So yay! I can actually build another one maybe around here, or maybe actually lower over here, like in this little lower area over here, like back here, and then just be able to like pump it up here, or maybe use this, have the stuff travel underground from there to an underground composting area, then making it up here, and then just pumping it up through here, like this literal like line up there. Maybe. I'm still thinking about it, but we are going to need redstone, or we're going to need bone meal to activate the redstone farm. I don't have time today to make the other one that is supposed to be here, so I might actually work on that in between sessions instead, because it's not gonna matter to you guys, but I'm actually gonna skip a week to work on more other videos other than this one. But to you guys, you won't really notice since it's all gonna publish on the same day anyway. But yeah, that would be it for this session of study mode. So we're going to be continuing with a bunch more farms by next episode, or by next session, which is gonna be in 2 weeks. Yeah, in 2 weeks for me, in a few seconds for you guys, and as the sun, or as the moon is rising, it's also time for me to take a rest. So yeah, bye! Hello, welcome to session 2 of study mode. It's December 1 at 2:09 p.m. So yeah, you might not notice this, but it's been a kinda long while since I last recorded this thing. Why? Well, number 1 was, yeah, I'll put my helmet back on. Number 1 was that I wanted to record the plan with me, and I needed an entire week to work on that because of number 2. Number 2 is I got my second dose of my vaccine, which means I was out of commission for about 3 days, and I don't have time to record this when my brain is very fuzzy from the vaccine. So, nah. So I skipped 2 weeks of study mode recording to do a little rest, and now I'm back and recording this. So I'm not really behind in terms of, you know, scheduling this because I do all my study mode recording in advance. Okay, so what is this? I think I forgot to say last session that these 2 designs are made by Dusty Dude. So, you know, moss farm and tree farm. And then this is a new addition I made, and well, not exactly I made, but like I made in the world based on design by Raiseworks. It's kinda broken at the moment because I broke something and I can't figure out what it is, so I'm probably gonna rebuild that. But another additional thing I made was this. So it's another moss farm, same design here on the bottom. And why? Because this is the moss farm. What I mean by that is this actually sorts out the moss I get into this mini storage system. So, you know, azalea, moss carpet, seeds, and moss. And then I have this item elevator back here that you don't see the redstone for, because if you go through here, all the redstone is through this side, hidden by the wall of the mountain, and down here. And then this is actually like, you know, below the ground. So if you, I kind of forgot that I have to head up here. There you go. So if you want to see where that leads, it's actually through here. So it's set into the ground. So the under here there are hoppers. I don't want to break this because the hopper's gonna pick it up. Hoppers down here, go through here, actually go through here, under here, and then the bottom dropper of this dropper fader, so you don't really see much of the redstone, so it looks a little cleaner. And then lights over there. And then if we head up here, like head back up, I'm sorry for the lag, I have no idea why it's so laggy. We have, you know, this, and then the difference is, you know, last time it only had like the chest on the bottom. The difference is we have this now. So it collects, so, you know, it gets pushed, it collects over here, goes through each composter. So, you know, these 1, 2, 3, 4 composters, I'd say 4 composters, but usually it's just these 3 that works. So basically, whatever comes out of the composters goes into this item elevator, or whatever goes into these 3 or 4, I don't really know how to say it, but like goes into this item elevator and then up through here and powers the moss farm. So starting from that all the way here goes underground up to this item elevator going into the tree farm over there. So this is the manual tree farm where you just stand there and hold right click. I'll show you. So over here you flick this on, go over here, stand in this spot, you know, like aim towards the block so you don't open the dispenser. See, like this closes because I kept right clicking there. So aim for the side of this glass block so you don't hit the dispenser or any of the fences, and then it pushes, and then we have an automatic like TNT breaking thingy. But this is different. This is a fully AFKable, supposedly, oak farm. So if you head up here, this actually grows azalea. Oh yeah, I forgot to turn off the machine. Don't worry, this hasn't been running for that long. It's just that I didn't turn it off before the session today, or before hitting the record button. So you turn off like this, so you just flick the lever. That should turn off the system. And then over here, yep, see the redstone's on, so just flick that and that turns off everything. But basically, this is supposedly a fully AFKable oak farm. So the way that you get in here and I'm sorry, what did I do? Sorry I peeked the mic, but I got scared. Okay, so I guess that's like the closing sequence of it. I forgot that it does explode. So yeah, there's a TNT duper up there. Let's see, did it? Yep, okay, it cleaned it up. So there's a TNT duper up there, and then you go through here and then you get all your oak. But I only got this much oak since I broke it the last time. So yeah, that is the updates with this moss area. You can't see the mushroom, but I've been working on the mushroom, but it's not going that well because number 1, I'm not really a good organic builder. Number 2, it's huge and I have to like float up in the air to like build it. So it's taking a little longer than I would assume it would take. So there you go. This is what we're gonna do. So what's the plan today? That was a really long update. Barter farm. What do I mean by barter farm? Wait, let me just put this back in. So a barter farm is piglin bartering. So, you know, you have your piglins in the nether, you have them in a little hole, and that you just throw gold at them and they throw stuff back. And that's what we're working on today, a barter farm. I already set up for that, so let's go to the nether. By the way, 1.18 is already out, but then I'm not updating to 1.18 yet because that will ruin everything. Basically, I don't have the replay mod for 1.18 yet, so I don't want to grab anything before I have the replay mod, since it's going to be really boring seeing me doing all updates all the time. So yeah, meet you at where we're going to build the barter farm. And we're back. We're on the nether roof where my gold farm is. So you can see, it's pushing. And I already kind of captured a bunch of piglins and brought them up here. It was really hard, and it kind of sucks because I got a baby piglin, so I'm not sure if it's gonna even collect gold. But basically, I made this giant platform. So this design is by Logical Geek Boy. Don't worry, for those of you who want to build this, and as well as every other farm that I've mentioned so far, I'm gonna put those links in the description. But yeah, this is what we have right now. Look at all the materials. I just kind of kept these here because I was really scared that if I have like shulker boxes, I'd forget that I had them. So this is supposedly all the materials I'm gonna need according to the video. And then I've been AFKing here often. Even if I don't really play, I AFK here quite often. So even if my nugget supply doesn't seem like a lot, I have filled up an entire double chest of ingots. So that should be fine for the farm. I'm not gonna run it for that long anyway. So yeah, I'm gonna go start on this and then give you a little progress update. A little bit of progress made with this. What I did was I have some night vision potions in here. I prepped some night vision potions because it's so hard to build in the nether and it's really dark, but I can't really put a bunch of lights up here since I don't know where I'm gonna need the lights. But basically, here is the platform. So this is a hopper timer. Goes into here, and then this is where you add the gold, and then this is where it funnels down, and then your piglins are gonna be here. So hopefully it's not gonna be that hard to get them from those boats up to here. So I just need to build something to get them up here. But yeah, this is where I am so far. I think the next thing I need to build is the storage system. I think it might be the storage system. So yeah, I'll follow along with the tutorial and I'll be right back. So I've made the storage, not exactly the full storage system yet, but at least a sorting system for the storage system. Let's head up here. Yep, that is a lot of pigmen, or piglins. So basically, if we go somewhere through here, maybe back here, yeah. If I jump over here, these are 28 different sorters, ready for sorting whatever comes out of that pigmen, like sorting barter thingy. Ah! But yeah, I'm gonna continue making this, since, yeah, I experienced a lot of delays while making it, because I needed to rebuild this another block down. But that should be correct, so let's just work on the rest of them. I got this sorter set up already. So what I mean by setup is there are 6 layers of chests down there, and then in here you can see it's already filtered. So I've been using the rotten flesh that comes off of that farm. I just stood like in the pushing area, and then I just collect them so I can use them as filters. So there's 4 chests for blackstone, I think 4 chests for gravel, and then spectral arrows, quartz. It took me a little bit since I needed to go back to my base, grab all of these and put them in here. And then here at the end, we have 3 normal chests and this sideways chest. And then this is where we're gonna have the books and the potions that they're gonna drop. So this is where it's gonna be sorted. And then I think I'm gonna add maybe some like extra slabs under here when it's done. But yeah, let's just work on the rest of these, because, you know, it's taking a little bit longer than I expected to build this thing. And it's done. As you can see, and hear, the piglins are already in here, so I already cleared out that bottom section. I can just, like, you know, trim that off. Ah! I forgot. Okay, but basically, this is it. I'm just gonna add, like, a bunch of, maybe some item frames, or maybe some signs. I'm not sure how to label these, but we have these. So if we head up to this, you can hear the giant hole of piglins over there. So you just input some gold in here, put it through here, and then the kind of rule that's gonna happen is if you drop some gold over here, the piglins are gonna drop it on the floor. This is actually gonna push it across push it towards this chest, and then this is gonna push it forward. It goes through all of these, like how that gets sorted. And then you get all of the drops down there. So we can actually test this out for a little bit. Let's see, how do I... There you go. And then jump on this room. So let's grab some gold. Actually, let's just slide down. Never mind. So we can just grab a bunch of gold. Don't mind the lag. It's lagging because we have this running and this running. So let's go up here. There's an on switch right here. Ah! I was pointing to the on switch and I fell off the ladder. Basically, let's get up here first. Load in all our ingots. So you can see it goes really, really fast because it's going through all of these and through the hopper minecart. So we turn on the switch. It's gonna get really noisy real quick. There you go. You can see all of them going through. Then they're gonna... I think you can see it from here if I stay here. So they're gonna look at all the gold that I threw them. Come on. There you go. You can see all of them popping out, and then it's gonna get pushed right there. There you go. You can see all of it get pushed across, and then it just goes through whatever hopper is right for it. And then you can see all of them, you know, going at it. It eats through a lot of gold. Honestly, it eats through a lot of gold. So let's just go down here, since it's a really long thing. You can see I forgot to move the nether brick, since I thought that the nether bricks I needed were like the blocks. Turns out it was just, you know, the actual brick. So I'll move that to the correct spot. But if there is a, you know, potions, it'll be through here. So water bottles, fire res potions, the splash potions get smashed. And then we go over here, and then this is where the trash stuff goes in, and there's also more trash items that get burned up there. And that's basically it for this thing. So yeah, that's it. I'm gonna move a little bit farther away from the pigs. So yeah, that would be it for today's session of study mode. It's already 4:59 p.m. Yeah, like a minute to 5. And then I'll see you in the next session. Doing what? I don't know, because even me at this point, I don't know what I'm doing next session. So yeah, we'll both see in the next clip. Bye! Hello, welcome to the third session of study mode for episode... I don't know anymore. But yeah, this is the thing. I'm over here by the farms that I made during the first session. And I finished the barter farm last week. So why am I here? Well, because the third thing we're going to do today is in here, which is fix the sorter. So I've had a lot of issues with the sorting system that I use. I don't really know what I did wrong. It seemed to be working the time I rebuilt it, but it's broken when you connect it all together. So I decided to tear it down completely and make a new one. So yeah, I'm over here because I was getting a bunch of, you know, a bunch of wood from the AFK oak farm, and then the other wood farm over here, so I can get as much wood as possible. Because I also have that giant spruce thing over there if I want some more wood, and the automatic crimson and warped stem farm if I want that too. So let's actually head back to the base real quick, or the storage system so far, and we'll go fix stuff there. And now we're here at the current sorting system. As you can see, it's been pretty gutted. So the big item sorters over here are gone, the roof is gone, and the only thing back here are, you know, blocks and the chests. The entire redstone of the system has been gutted. I removed all of that in between sessions because I know that taking it down is going to take a long time, and it did. So what are we gonna do? What did I actually do? I raised the ceiling by 4 blocks. I think it was 4 blocks, and I moved a bunch more space back here. So if you want to see the spaces, or like how big the room was, it's where these torches are. So these torches, or the torches that go all the way around, are how big the room was. And then these are just the mined out spots, just to be able to fit the new row, so there are more automatic sorters, like the bulk storage sorters, and way more sorters this way. So there's gonna be a total of 48 sorters. I think that's actually less than this because this has like I didn't really count, but I combined a bunch of chests that are in there to an entire row like this one. So the idea is, instead of, okay, let's head up here. Oop, lag. Why is it lagging so hard? I think it's because of the mobs that are spawning. But basically, the issue I have with this is, since it's the same level as how I reach, or like if I stay up here, it's actually really hard since this tilts down. So if I'm here, it's hard for me to look up and reach that. I'm sorry for the lag. But basically, it's gonna be really hard for me to like reach for this. See, I can't reach it, so I have to like scoot up here to be able to like reach it. But I won't be able to see the label. So if I lower this by 1 block, it should make it easier for me to reach up. So like this. So it reaches, so I have this, the stair that blocks this. So I can still open this if it wasn't for this line. And then, since I'm standing here, I can also reach 6 blocks up like I did over here. So I can fit 7 chests, and it goes like that. So this is one module, and then we're gonna have a bunch of modules that are 2 rows wide. And then, so I think we have a total of 48. And that is the current plan. So what I'm gonna do now is very, very quickly put in all the chests and put in all the hoppers. We got all the chests placed, and yeah, you should have seen that in the super duper quick time lapse that I did. And here it is. So we have a bunch of chests extending all the way over to the end of the room. Same thing for this side. And since I had an issue with really dark like placing this, so I don't really know what direction my things are facing, I put some shroom lights back here. And the thing is, I actually use a lot more shroom lights than I do glowstone, like because I use a lot of glowstone here. Is because shroom lights are a renewable light block. Since I already have the giant warped and crimson farms, they come with shroom lights, and then I can just break the shroom lights with the TNT, and then I can collect all of them. Okay, so what we're gonna do now is the redstone portion of this. So it's gonna extend from all the way back here. If we go up here, I'll show you the resources that I have for it. So if we go over here, this is the 2 that I'm gonna need. So this is for set A. There you go, so a lot. And then this is for set B. So I'll be alternating set A and set B all the way across. I'll also link the tutorial that I use for this in the description, so don't worry about it. I kind of forgot who made this exactly because it's a mix of a lot of different creators. But I'll leave the tutorial down below, and then you can see the credit from there because I can't remember it for the life of me. And then this is for the input system that I'm going to use to get the items from over here one side to the giant storage over here, or the bulk storage, and then to the other side. So we'll start up another time lapse, and then let's see where we go. Hi, welcome to Time Lapse Talk Time, the time in the time lapse that I talk. So there's 2 topics for this one, since the entire thing's about 2 minutes, 3 minutes long. So the first thing I want to talk about is the build itself. So it took a really long time to build because, you know, I can only build one of them in the time that I set aside for it. And there's no way to shorten it, or like I already cut off a bunch at the end. But then I actually made a mistake while building it. So one of the comparators in the system has to be in subtract mode, and then I'm missing redstone. But I put that in, so it's fine. But the mistake I'm talking about is the way that I made it, which is, for example, I have to put down redstone dust. I do it all the way across, so it's gonna be like a looping thing that's gonna be really hard to watch. And the plan with the sorting system is you have a bunch of items funneling into a set of 7 chests instead of one item, or like a few items being dedicated to one chest. You just have 7 chests dedicated to a few items, which I think is a lot easier for the way that I build things, because it's really frustrating for me to have like 63 in my inventory. And then yeah, I wasn't really fond of the other one, since I had to like always leave a thing in the chest, and it was always like such a big issue for me because it was hard for me to, you know, get things out. But then yeah, that's the build thing. So the other topic I want to talk about right now is what I'm doing. So right now I have a lot of papers. I actually don't have exams. I've never had an exam in this entire semester. So I just have a lot of papers to make, and I'm kind of nervous for the most recent paper that I'm working on, or the paper that I need to submit on the 22nd, because the prof is kind of confusing and she has really high standards, which kind of scare me. But then I'll also talk about what I'm gonna be doing over Christmas break. So yeah, my break is starting on the 23rd, and I'm planning to record a setup for 2022 and a January monthly plan with me, which is kind of like par for the course already for this channel, since I think most of you know that I upload a plan with me at the end of the month. And then I'm making a paper on Zuko, surprisingly, and about how his personality changed over time, stuff like that. So basically analyzing Zuko's personality from Avatar: The Last Airbender. I'm also making another paper about fake gurus, which are the people that promise you like get rich quick schemes and stuff. And then I'm gonna be cleaning up some psych notes, which might be a thing for another real time. I'm not really sure. But yeah, that's it for my break, and let's get back to the video. So one half of this is done. It's very dark, but that's pretty normal without an interior. Look how much stuff there is here. But let's head up and I'll show you. So basically, this is a sorting system. I have no idea how it works. I haven't looked into how it works yet, but I like having the lights there so that stuff doesn't spawn. We head up here. Look, there's a lot of it. And I have no idea what this noodle of redstone does. But this one module, or this half, took me about 3 hours to make. So since I'm just gonna mirror it on the other side, I'm probably gonna work on this in between episodes. So yeah, look at all of this and all of these. What I'm gonna try to do is configure this to see if it works, and then I'll build the other side in between episodes, just so that I don't waste time next session. So maybe next episode I'll start doing the interior decoration on this one, because it seems like it's gonna be a really big project. So yeah, that's it for this episode of Study Mode. So the next episode is going to be in January, which is a monthly thing. So yeah, just stay tuned for the other stuff I'm planning for Study Mode. And it's already 5:25 p.m. and I gotta go.